Hello class, this is Mr. Rutz, and I'm about to show you how to complete the 1.2.1 design process activity. You're going to log into MyPLTW, access your courses, and you'll see over on the right here, 1.2.1. Now, when you enter this, you will click Resources, and you'll have two things available. This is the PowerPoint. Click that, it'll download. And then you have Activity, download this. That's a Word document. Okay. Then we open it, click it, drag it to the left. Boom. Alright, so now that we've done that, we're ready to go. So it tells you right off the bat what design is. And actually, I think it would be beneficial to read this intro. All humans have the ability to design and solve problems. It's a creative process that allows people to solve problems, realize dreams, and implement ideas to improve lives. Anything around us has been designed, and you know why? Because design is also a process that is used to systematically solve problems. Whether it be a desk, or tape, or Band-Aids, all of these things are built based on a problem people have that needs to get solved. And for this first question, word design is often used as a generic term, refers to anything that was made by conscious human effort. So, we go up to Enable Editing. First answer, anything that was made with effort to solve a problem. Boom. That would be a beautiful answer. Now, the next slide is the design process. And this is a problem, a systematic problem-solving strategy. Now, I'm going to give you more detail in my talk. It's got criteria and constraints, and it's used to develop many possible solutions. Criteria are requirements. Constraints are restrictions. So, if you were trying to design a car, one of the criteria could be it needs 35 miles per gallon. And the constraint would be that it has to cost under $50,000. There you go. Ask me if you want more examples, but this is the design process right here. We're going to go step by step. So, these are the steps. Define a problem, generate concepts, all right here. Develop a solution, construct and test a prototype, evaluate the solution, and present the solution. So the first thing is define the problem. And basically, before you can get started on fixing a problem, you need to know what the problem is. And so this first step is very important. And usually, what we'll do is use a design brief. A design brief collects the information. Excuse me, still sick. Okay. A design brief collects all the information of who the client is, what the problem is, who says it's a problem, if it's worth solving. It also lists criteria and constraints, sometimes materials. Okay? Define problem. Alright. Now, it's a written plan, problem solved. Okay. Yep. Next step. Okay. So going back to this, define a problem. In some cases, if the problem is not valid or justifiable, the designer must define a new problem. So if you pick a problem that isn't good, you need to redo it. And that's why they have this arrow going back. Generate concepts. Now here, it's basically brainstorming. At this stage, you want to come up with as many basic ideas as you possibly can, because you don't know what will work. And there are a lot of different ways to do it. So, yeah, in this stage, you're going to brainstorm and brainstorm and brainstorm. And they mention a decision matrix. Now, a decision matrix, I think they'll probably give you detail. Yeah. Basically, it lets you look at possible solutions and choose one based on specific criteria. Let's look at this a little bit closer, huh? Let's see. So they put different categories that relate to your idea that you're thinking of. So let's say I want to buy a cell phone. Cost would be one. Size could be another component. And then you could have an iPhone. You could have a Samsung Android phone. You could have BlackBerry. You could have Windows. And then you would rate these. We're not going to focus too much on it because that comes later on. But just so you know, generate concepts. You're going to brainstorm. And then you are going to choose an idea. Your next phase, generate, excuse me, your next thing in generate concepts is that if you don't have the technology needed in order to make a solution, then you would have to go back. For instance, if I want to create a liquid that turns into solid gold or something, the technology isn't there and I wouldn't be able to do it, so I'd have to go back, either define a new problem or generate a new concept. Now, developing a solution. Since we used our matrix, our design matrix there, we chose one that we want to go further with. And this is where we're going to add detail. Add detail. One design. Now, technical drawings are engineering drawings that have a lot of detail. The brainstorming sketches don't have to be beautiful. They could be ugly pictures. But they'll develop a solution. We should have measurements and special drawings, technical drawings, in order to prove that it's a better idea. Okay, here we go. I'll give you some information. Material, size, shape, assembly if necessary. Now, if you're trying to develop the solution and it doesn't seem to work, you can go back, and you can go all the way back or just a little bit back. It's up to you. Construct and test a prototype. Here, you're going to make a early version of design of idea to see if it works. That's pretty much it. You're going to it doesn't have to look as nice as the final product, but you need a working model. A model is something that looks like the idea that you want, and a prototype is a working model, something that actually does what you want it to do too. So with cars, a model car may have the same shape of it, and you just see how everything fits together. But a prototype car would be able to drive as well. Now, they're talking about test reports. Now, I would consider that... Oh, okay, that's fair. So in test prototype, you would build that prototype and just see if it works, see if you like it. And that leads into evaluate a solution. So you collected that test data, and now you have to see, did it meet our requirements that we brought up in defining the problem and in the design brief? Or is this something that we need to go back and develop a new solution? So, so here, determine if the product solves the problem. Okay? From there, you can make recommendations. In fact, all of these red words, I don't mind if you just, yeah, you could even just say, example, design brief. I don't really like this design matrix or product matrix. Almost there, guys. And the final thing is to present the solution. So once you determine that your solution is a good solution, you want to share it with other people. Either at like an expo, like I know Apple does big ones, or in a professional community where you'd have all these engineers getting together. You would collect all the information from the previous steps, all your drawings and things like that, in a project portfolio, and then you would present that information. And at that point, you could either go back, or you could go forward, or back, and forward, back. I think this is important to hear. Although it's presented in a linear fashion, the path is not straightforward. It's rarely a straight line. You need to go back and forth, repeat steps until things are perfect. Alright? And once you're done, you can go all the way back to the beginning. Like when they first invented the iPhone, there wasn't anything wrong with it, but then they decided to innovate or improve it and define a new problem. Like maybe not enough memory or something like that. Okay? And that's it, guys. 13 minutes.